tallest of 7 hills in Florida's capital city, covering every corner of the Big Bend. This is the award-winning News 20 at 5 Live.
A Leon County man is accused of having sex with a 14-year-old girl. Good evening and welcome to a special edition of News 20 at 5. I'm Danielle Francis. Deputies charged 23-year-old William Coulter Jr. Tuesday. Coulter's arrest report says that investigators looked through Coulter's phone in January after he was Baker acted and found evidence of sexual encounters between Coulter and the teen. Leon County Sheriff's Office also says he wrote love letters to the girl just days later while in jail on theft charges. Coulter now faces 2 counts of lewd and lascivious battery. A mother seeks help to find her missing daughter. Christina Murphy, mother of 15-year-old Sydney Fuller, noticed her daughter was missing on March 17th around midnight. Murphy and her daughter had spent the night of March 6th fixing up the 15-year-old's bedroom. Tired from their hard work, Murphy headed to bed early. 2 hours later, Murphy's mother alarm went off and she realized Sydney was gone. Friends and family have not seen or heard of Sydney since. She is a social media obsessed teenager and there is no sign of her anywhere. Murphy shared Tuesday. It's not normal. Murphy is now doing everything she can to find Sydney. Let her know she's loved and wanted back home. She has launched a Facebook page, Help Find Sydney Fuller, and reaching out to missing children organizations and nonprofits to help in her effort. Murphy will be at Lake Ella 10 a.m. Saturday to hand out missing persons flyers, volunteers to spread the word. Anyone with information on Sydney Fuller should contact Leon County Sheriff's Office Detective Thomas Steege at 850-606-3300. That's 850-606-3300. In other news, more than 550 children are homeless in Tallahassee. Multimedia journalist Brittany Collins has more on that story.
Some children in Tallahassee are waking up to the view of this, the inside of a homeless shelter. More than 550 children in this city are homeless, and this is nearly 20% of the city's total homeless population, according to the TalGov website. This single mother and her 15-year-old son are experiencing homelessness for the first time.
And we're just making the best of it. But emotionally, it was hard for him as well because he was like, Mama, I've never thought I would be here.
The Change for Change program is currently fixing the problem by providing basic needs and emergency services to help the homeless children and families in Tallahassee. But some may ask, where does this money come from? Well, the money contributed for homeless children and families come from the Tallahassee residents who decide how much money they want to donate towards their utility bill. And a portion of that bill can go toward a bed like this to make a child feel more at home. Tallahassee's public information specialist Carrie Poole says that after a year of outreach, the number of participants have doubled for the Change for Change.
That program provides more than $130,000 a year to local service providers to offer assistance to homeless families.
Those local service providers are the Hope Community, the Capital Area Community Action Agency Incorporated, and America's Second Harvest of the Big Bend. For News 20 at 5, I'm Brittany Collins.
For more information on homeless shelters in Tallahassee, visit the shelter website at TallahasseeLeonShelter.com. Coming up next, find out about Walmart's big stand. Stay tuned, you're watching a special edition of News 20 at 5.
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Welcome back to a special edition of News 20 at 5. I'm Danielle Francis. Another India-style religious freedom measure is now one signature away from becoming a law. Arkansas's Republican-controlled House of Representatives gave its final stamp of approval Tuesday to House Bill 1228, also known as the Religious Freedom Restoration Act. The Walmart, which is headquartered in Bentonville, Arkansas, came out strongly against the legislation and urged Hutchinson to veto it. CEO Doug McMillon made statements in posts on Twitter saying, "Every day in our stores, we see firsthand the benefits of diversity and inclusion have on our associates, customers, and communities we serve. It all starts with our core basic belief of respect for individuals. Today's passage of House Bill 1228 threatens to undermine the spirit of inclusion. Presence throughout the state, and Arkansas does not respect values that we proudly hold. For these reasons, we are asking Governor Hutchinson to veto this legislation." Hundreds of people have urged Hutchinson to veto House Bill 1228, including other major corporations and tech leaders. Hutchinson is set to release a statement on Wednesday, his spokesperson shared. Georgia officials are beginning a water safety campaign. Georgia First Lady Sandra Deal and state officials are kicking off a water safety campaign at Georgia Capitol. Learning officials and Department of Early Care say Deal Commissioners Mark Williams and others will speak on water safety in the north wing of the state capitol Wednesday at 10 a.m. Georgia isn't the only state dealing with resources. Natural gas is used to power Tallahassee's power plants and natural gas customers. The cost of natural gas is decreasing. So what does that mean for the city of Tallahassee? Multimedia journalist Scott Brooks has more information on that story.
The sound you are hearing is natural gas flowing through these pipes. Natural gas is what is used to power Tallahassee's power plants and natural gas customers. The cost of natural gas is decreasing. Tallahassee residents should expect a drop in their utility bill.
Natural gas goes down, that means I can actually see a reduction in the amount I pay each month, which turns into cash in my pocket. And being a college student, the cash in my pocket is going to help so much. I'm just so happy.
The significant savings are projected to boost the local economy. Experts are projecting that over the next year, these savings will produce a $100 million boost. David Ging, the Energy Resources Administrator for the City of Tallahassee, explains to consumers how this will happen.
Those costs are projected to be $40 million less in fiscal 13 than they were in fiscal 12. So that means there's $40 million in the customers' pockets they didn't have last year, and those dollars will be recycled throughout the community and spent in various local businesses and anywhere else where those monies would be spent.
If you would like an even bigger savings, you can switch to natural gas-powered appliances. Natural gas appliances are cheaper to run than electric, and the City of Tallahassee is offering rebates to citizens who switch to natural gas. For a list of these rebates, visit the city's website at talgov.com. The City of Tallahassee does not profit off of natural gas, so all savings will be passed on to the consumers through your utility bill. For News 20 at 5, I'm Scott Brooks.
For more information on the reduction of natural gas prices, visit the Utility Supply Center located on 2641 Municipal Way. In other news, find out how Jameis Winston prides himself at FSU's Pro Day. We have all that and more coming up next, so stay tuned. You're watching a special edition of News 20 at 5.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Welcome back. I'm Danielle Francis, and you're watching a special edition of News 20 at 5. For the past 2 seasons, Florida State's quarterback Jameis Winston's performance on the field has solidified him as an elite pro prospect. Winston has also taken significant steps at the NFL scouting combine to ease league-wide concerns on potential character issues. With all of that, still, Winston prides himself on being an unrelenting competitor. Winston launched 102 scripted passes in front of a representative from every NFL team during FSU's Pro Day workouts Tuesday. His pride explains his answer when asked why the Tampa Bay Buccaneers should pick him first overall in the 2015 NFL Draft. "Because I'm the best player in this draft," Winston responded with no hesitation. The circus largely game for Winston, but it stayed for other FSU players with a chance at making an NFL roster later on this with no hesitation. University's co-ed cheerleading team took first place at the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference in the co-ed division and second place overall. Junior Shalinka Cunningham took top honors in the All-Star division for the second year in a row, leading her the title two-peat. The FAMU Pep Squad performed a complex routine filled with jumps, dance, tumbling, and high energy. The co-ed squad had not won a winning title since 2005. When FAMU's cheer captain Lakia Brown was asked how she felt about their victory, she responded, "We deserved it. No one will ever know how challenging it is mentally and physically to do what we do. We put in long hours of intense practice and worked hard as a team, and we are very proud. Now it's time to win the whole thing. We want rings." FAMU cheerleading tryouts will be held April 16th and 17th at Gaither Gym. For more information, visit the FAMU's athletic website at famuathletics.com. As for the Tallahassee Community College Eagles, the ladies swept a Panhandle Conference softball doubleheader from Gulf Coast State College. The Eagles rallied in Game 1 to claim a 2-1 victory in the final inning. The drama carried over into Game 2 as the Eagles needed extra innings before walking off to claim a 7-6 victory. Game 1 turned into pitcher's duel early as Gulf Coast State's Catherine Gordon and Tallahassee's Mariah Rivera shut down the opposing team's offense. The Commodores struck first in the third inning, scoring their only run of the game. It took the Eagles 7 innings to get on board, and when they did, it was in a dramatic fashion. The Eagles will be back in action on Tuesday when they take on the Santa Fe College in a doubleheader. Game 1 is scheduled for 4 p.m. Springs in the floor isn't the only thing that have two 12-year-old gymnasts flying high. Multimedia's journalist Chelsea McDonald has more on the scoop.
Chase Lane and Jeb Ward. These two are not the typical 12-year-olds because they are only 2 of the 3 boys in the Southeast region who are going to the National Future Stars Championship.
My coach Nikolai and Coach Jim, they chose me and Jeb to go to Future Stars Colorado. They thought we were ready and we were good.
In October, the best friends qualified for nationals at the regional meet in Atlanta, Georgia. They practice 6 days a week, and they are never scared of trying new somersaults and backflips.
It's just exciting, you know. It's just, it never gets old. There's just new things on and on. For other sports, you know, you just work at it, but the same things, you know. There's just always something new.
This type of positive attitude keeps the boys focused. Their coach Nikolai says that they are a couple of clowns, but these jokesters know when to settle down and work on their skills. Chase and Jeb are ready to conquer nationals. They'll be competing against 45 other boys nationwide. The competition features 9 different events, which include Chase's favorite, the rings, and Jeb's favorite, the high bars. Coach Nikolai has been in their footsteps before. The retired gymnast will be traveling with them to the championship in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
It's a one-day competition, and they go through the normal 6 events, the 6 men's events: floor, pommel horse, rings, vault, parallel bars, and horizontal bar.
Gym Force Gymnastics has had a total of 16 people to make it to nationals, including Jeb. This will be his 2nd year going to compete. The boys plan to jump and spring their way to the top. For News 20 at 5, I'm Chelsea McDonald.
The Future Stars competition will be held later on this year. For more information on the Future Stars program, visit the website at usagym.org. Gymnasts aren't the only ones that can leap. Leaping lemurs, wide-eyed, furry, and full of energy. The newest addition to the Tallahassee Museum is getting warm reception from the patrons. Tom Wynn said he is glad that he brought his daughter Julia.
They're amazing, very exotic looking animal. You know, the black and white is pretty unusual, and the eyes are really amazing.
However, it isn't all fun and games for the playful pair. The lemurs are what curator Mike Jones called critically in danger. The lemurs will be leaping at Brevard County Zoo Zam until October, so there's plenty of time to see them for yourselves. The Brevard County Museum is located at 2201 Michigan Avenue in Cocoa, Florida. That's all the news we have for you today. Thanks for tuning in. You're watching a special edition of News 20 at 5. I'm Danielle Francis.